everybody, welcome back to Phonics time. So today it is Friday and we are going to finish our week with going through our phonics sounds again, camera words, keywords, and then we're going to play a game. Are you ready? So let's go through all the sounds that we know. T, 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 t. A. D, d, d. K, k, k. S, I, I, I. G, g, g. Well done, everybody. Let's go through our key words now. So we've got a, in, and, on. See if you can say it before I do. At, an, is, as, it. Well done, everybody. Super speedy camera words. Let's go. I, to, the. Mix them up one more time. The, to, I. Well done. Okay, today we are going to look at our sound that we did the other day, which was but we are going to look at this one, which looks just like but except this time there are 1, 2 oors together. Now when we see two letters together, sometimes it's a diagraph, which means there are two letters that just make one sound. Now this makes the same sound, but with this one we usually find it at the end of a word. So let's have a little look, shall we? Now we have got lots of pictures on the screen. Can you see anything that's got the sound in it? That's right, there's a bell. Bell. Did you notice that the is right at the very end of the word bell? Look at my phoning fingers. Bell. Is right at the end. Now, Miss Cook has been very cheeky because on the screen there are some things that don't actually have the sound in them. Pause the screen now and look with your grown-up at all of the photos. Which pictures have the sound in them and which don't? Okay, welcome back. So here we have got a bell, which has got at the end, bell. We have got a ball, well done. We have got a doll, or you might have said baby. If you said baby, then you're quite right, there isn't an in it. But if you said that this was a doll, let's sound it out. Doll. Does the word doll have in it? Yes, it does. We've got a lady here who is at the shop and she is going to sell some food. Sell. That does have the sound in it too. Banana. Does that have the sound in it? No, it doesn't. And boat. Boat. Can you hear the sound in boat? No. Well done. Okay, now we're going to have a little look at how we write the sound Now this time when we write the sound we're going to join them up. Now, we don't usually join our writing in reception, but when we write a diagraph, we do join it up. So it looks like this. Now, watch me. Entry stroke up to the very top, stop, back down in a straight line and flick. Now, don't stop at this point. We're going to keep going all the way up to the top, down in a straight line and flick. Okay. Now, it does look a little bit like the sound but don't worry, because if you're writing a word and you put the at the end, we will see that's what you're trying to write. Let's have a go at reading a word. First things first, I'm going to put my sign buttons on. So we've got the sound b, e, and now we've got the sound oo. Now, because it's a diagraph, we're going to put a line underneath it rather than a sign button, a little dot, because we've got to try and remember that we say this together. Okay, so when we read it, we say this sound just once, which is oo. Are you ready? B, e, oo, b, e, oo. Bell. Well done. Now, just to show you, if you were to say the sound oo 2 times and forget that it was actually a diagraph, this is what would happen. Are you ready? B, e, oo, oo, b, e, oo, oo, b, e, oo. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. So that's why when you see 2 of these together, it's called a diagraph. That's right. Okay, let's have a look at the next picture. Now, I want you to close your eyes because I'm going to hide the next picture. You're not peeping, are you? Okay, let's put our sign buttons on. Are you ready? Here we go. I, oo, oo, I, oo, oo. I can hear you from here. What mistake has Miss Cook made? You're right. I forgot to put on the line because this sound here is a diagraph. Well done. It's the sound oo, and we say it together rather than 2 times. Let's try that again. I, oo, ill, ill. You're right. It's the picture of somebody who is ill. Ah, this person looks like they've got a cold. Okay, let's have a look at the next thing we're going to do. So now we are going to have a little go at writing a word. Now, if you have a drink, what have you got to do first? You've got to fill it up. So you are going to need your sound mat for this activity. So I've got my sound mat here and I'm going to sound out the word fill. Can you help me? I, oo, I, oo, fill. Now you're probably wondering, Miss Cook, I don't know whether it's this oo or this oo, because they're both the same. Well, because the sound oo is at the very end, it's actually this one, because this one is usually the one that we use at the end of a word. Let's write the word fill. The first sound is f. Now you'll need to look on your sound mat and see if you can try and write it. Entry stroke up, over stop, back, down to the bottom, and we're going to come up and loop, just like that. Now this is very fiddly to begin with, so sometimes we do it this way in school. If you're finding this a little bit tricky, sometimes we write it like this. Okay, so if this one's a bit tricky for you at the moment, have a go at writing it this way. Fill. Let's sound it out again. I, oo, fill. We already know that it's got the f at the start. What's the next sound? I. Well done. Entry stroke up to the top, down in a straight line, flick, and dot at the top. Okay, last sound. I, oo, fill. Now we've got the sound oo at the end of the word. So do you think it will be this one or this one that we write? You're right, it's this one here. So I'm going to do my entry stroke up to the top, down in a straight line, and I'm going to keep going because remember, if it's a diagraph, we join it up and flick. There we go. Now let's check that we've got it right. Let's put our sign buttons on. Here we go. Feel. Well done. It says the word feel. Okay, now we're going to have a little go at reading a sentence. The first thing that we're going to do is look for any camera words. Can you see any camera words? You might need to just pause the screen whilst you take a look. Okay, so in this sentence there aren't any camera words, but did you notice any keywords? We have got 3 keywords. Let's take a look. We've got a or a, we've got another a or a, and we've got the keyword in. Now all I need to do with the rest of my the sounds in the word is put my sign buttons on, and it will help me be super speedy at reading the sentence. Are you ready? A, d, o, u, doll. A doll in a doll in a k, o, t, k, ot, cot. Now let's read it again. A doll in a cot. And there she is. She's in her cot. Well done, children. You have tried really hard today. I'm really pleased with you all for continuing and staying to the very end of this video. Give yourself a good thumbs up, because I know that you're trying really hard if you've made it this far through the video. So super stuff. Now what we're going to do is we are going to play a game on BusyThings, and you can do this in a moment using an iPad, a laptop, or a tablet, or somebody's phone if you ask permission, or a computer to play the game. Now the login for BusyThings is on our daily plan, so you've got the password on there to show you how to log in. So when you go onto the BusyThings website, if you click on ages 3 to 5 and then ages 5, it will open up a screen with lots of different games. Now you want to click on literacy, communication and language, and then there's a phonics program. Now if you look down here, it says phase 2, which is the phase that we are currently working on in school, and then you want to go on to blending and segmenting. Feel free though to look at all these other games because they are relevant and will be supportive to your child's reading and writing at the moment. Now within this section, you want to look for blending for reading activities, and what we are looking for is this game here that's called Read and Feed. Now you are free to choose any of these games because they're all brilliant, but what you want to do is when you click on it,
the monster is hungry. Which thing is he asking for?
Now just make sure that on the left hand side, if you click off of the pupil section, so children, I'm sorry, this is more for the grown-ups a minute. Hang on one moment please. If you click off of the pupil side, you can click on this setting here at the top, blending and segmenting settings, and just make sure that the correct sounds are ticked, because we don't want any of the sounds down here because they're sounds that we haven't learnt yet. So deselect any of those because we don't want those selected. Okay, so all of those up there, and also just make sure that it's the section that's ticked for CBC phase 2. So once you've done that, you can click save, and then the game will be ready to start.
The monster is hungry. Which thing is he asking for?
Okay, so now what you need to do, children, is have a go at sounding out the word leg, leg, leg. Which one is a leg? So see if you can play that game with your grown-up at home. But now we're going to stop our phonics video for today so that you can enjoy this. Now, you have all been superstars this week, and we know it's been a little bit strange doing phonics on YouTube rather than in school, but it won't be long until we're all back together. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and see you on Monday.